What's Obama's strategy and how do we defeat it? That's the overview we'll talk about today. A very important video, and I hope you circulate it to your friends. The Obama strategy is becoming very clear. The war of Obama is ending. The American people have come to a conclusion that this guy was a terrible president. His ratings are dropping. Romney has a 12-point lead now on who'll handle the economy better. Among likely voters, a 2 to 4 point lead. But the problem is that there's a huge pile of these undecided voters that are waiting to get permission, in effect, to go over to Romney. It's almost like a synapse. They're piled up on one side, waiting to jump over to the other. And the war of Romney has begun because Obama's only viable campaign strategy, only method of winning, is to so destroy Romney that he gets back some of the votes he's already lost. Gets people who say, I'm not going to vote for Obama, but I am going to vote against Romney. Now, if Santorum had been the nominee, that would have been a lot easier, because he could have used the fear of social conservatives to do that. But with Romney, he's got to do it by showing Romney, depicting him as a rich person who doesn't understand the average person, doesn't understand their problems, could care less about them, and he won't be your president. He'll be president for the 1%. And that kind of class warfare has to be the basis of his campaign. And what he's got to do is to start by taking Romney's record at Bain Capital and tearing it apart. He's got to change Romney's image from being a jobs creator to being a deal maker, from being Main Street to being Wall Street. I mean, you wouldn't vote for the head of J.P. Morgan for president, would you? He doesn't create jobs, he doesn't create industry, he just makes bets on money and cashes it in and loses $1 billion here or gains $1 billion there. Doesn't help anybody and makes money. That's what he needs to cast Romney as. Then what he'll do is he'll go from that to say, and look at how he supports all these budget cuts, because he doesn't know how they hurt poor people. And then look at how he doesn't want to increase taxes on rich people. Even though it won't generate much money, it's symbolic, and he won't tax rich people. And then take it to his ultimate killer issues, Medicare and Social Security, the traditional preserve of the Democratic Party. Now, Romney's not going to make that easy for him, because on Medicare and Social Security, he has explicitly said that he would never take the current Medicare away from anybody. Whatever reforms he's going to propose, the current Medicare system would remain an option. But go back a few steps. For this entire strategy to work, he has got to destroy Romney's record at Bain Capital. That is the main mission early in his campaign, and he did a very effective ad about it. I don't know if you've watched my ad rebuttals, but I did a rebuttal to it. Every time he comes out with a negative ad, I do a rebuttal. And I intend you to give it to your friends, I hope. And Romney has not put out any good ads defending his record at Bain Capital. He needs to do that. He needs to go into Staples, into Steel Dynamics, one of the companies he rescued, and talk about the jobs that he rescued and how he rescued them. The record itself is superb. At Steel Dynamics, for example, it was failing, falling apart, defeated by the foreign competition, and Romney came in, and some guy had a bright idea, which was eliminate the expensive blast furnaces to make steel and replace them with new electric arc technology that's much cheaper. And as a result, he found a way to make thin steel sheets that could be used in the high-tech products and industries in the United States. And Dynamic Steel completely changed their whole production line, moved in that new direction. 6,500 people now work for them. They're the 5th largest steel maker in the country, and they're doing just fine because Romney had a good idea. And by the way, the average salary at Steel Dynamics is $80,000 a year. Or Staples, where he saw the change in the economy. He saw people were having home offices and home computers, and he worked on the idea of having an office superstore, everything under one roof. And now 90,000 families are getting a paycheck because of Romney's smarts in putting that together. Those are the stories he needs to get out. And if he does that, they will be unable to paint him as heartless. And once they can't do that, nothing else in their strategy will work. So keep an eye out for the Romney campaign to do that. And I hope that some of his people are watching this video and coming to that conclusion themselves. Thanks a lot for watching.